The rich don't pay taxes like you think. Imagine a world where the rules of taxes don't apply to the rich. A hidden system funnels wealth upward while most pay their fair share or more. What if everything you thought about taxes was wrong? Let's go back in time to understand how this system took shape. From the gold standard to modern loopholes, the story is astonishing. And it's not just history, it affects every paycheck, every household. This is the invisible system the richest people exploit. A system built for secrecy, complexity, and advantage. And today, we'll uncover it all. Because taxes, as you know them, are just the tip of the iceberg. Taxes have existed in some form for thousands of years. From ancient Egypt to feudal Europe, rulers collected what they could. Fast forward to modern times, and the rules look fair on paper. But beneath the surface, a complex web shields wealth from scrutiny. Consider this. The richest 1% often pay a lower effective tax rate than middle-class workers. Sounds impossible, right? But the numbers don't lie. Offshore accounts, deductions, and investment shelters create invisible barriers. And these are all completely legal. Yet most people don't know about them. So how did we get here? Let's break down the mechanics. Because understanding the system is the first step to seeing the truth. Taxes aren't just percentages, they're complex levers. Governments tax income, sales, property, but the rich often bypass these entirely. Take capital gains. If you earn through investments, the rate is often half of what a salary earner pays. Or consider offshore trusts and shell companies. Money moves invisibly across borders. These aren't loopholes, they're a carefully engineered system. The wealthy use accountants like generals, navigating around tax rules before they even reach the law. For them, taxes are optional. For the rest, unavoidable. Even deductions create massive gaps. Mortgage interest, charitable donations, depreciation, all legal ways to reduce tax. But they benefit the wealthy far more than the average worker. Think of it as a game where only a few players know the rules. This imbalance reached a tipping point during financial crises. In 2008, banks were bailed out. Ordinary people faced foreclosures. But the wealthy? Many emerged wealthier, shielded from taxes and losses. Government debt soared. Public funds shrank. And yet the richest still paid less, proportionally, than workers. A moment of collapse revealed a hidden truth. The system favors those at the top. Inequality widened, wages stagnated, but profits soared. People began asking, why am I paying more while billionaires pay less? The answer lies in power structures and legal engineering. And these structures are designed to be invisible to most. When the rich avoid taxes, governments lose billions in revenue. That money could fund schools, hospitals, and infrastructure. Instead, ordinary citizens pick up the slack through payroll, sales, and property taxes. This creates a silent transfer of wealth upward. Middle-class families shoulder the burden while billionaires grow their fortunes. Inequality accelerates. Economic mobility slows. Financial crises hit hardest those already struggling. But the wealthy often profit, buying assets at discounted prices. This cycle repeats with every recession, bailout, or stimulus package. It's a system rigged to maintain the status quo. Offshore tax havens hold trillions in assets invisible to national treasuries. Complex shell companies hide ownership. Profits disappear before taxes are applied. Even when caught, penalties are minor. Loopholes remain. Meanwhile, public services crumble under reduced funding. Citizens pay higher taxes, higher fees, and face austerity measures. The system subtly punishes compliance and rewards avoidance. This creates a hidden moral imbalance. People see fairness as broken, and trust erodes. Society pays a price far beyond money, stability, and cohesion. And yet most people never see the full picture. Inflation acts as an invisible tax on the majority. As prices rise, wages lag, savings shrink. Meanwhile, assets like stocks and real estate soar, owned by the wealthy. The rich gain wealth without paying proportional taxes. Money moves faster at the top, compounding advantages over generations. For the middle class, even modest gains are eroded by inflation and taxation. This hidden gap widens every year. And yet, it's rarely discussed in mainstream narratives. Most think taxes are fair because the system looks symmetrical on paper. In reality, fairness is an illusion. The middle class bears the brunt of systemic imbalance. Wages stagnate, costs rise, and debt grows. Public services decline, leaving families to pay out of pocket. Meanwhile, tax avoidance at the top continues unchecked. Home ownership, education, and retirement security all slip further out of reach. Generational wealth consolidates at the top, while most barely advance. The system is self-reinforcing. Every loophole and deduction compounds inequality, and ordinary citizens have little power to change it. The consequences ripple through society, quietly shaping the economy. Throughout history, governments have tried reform. High tax rates in the mid-20th century reduced inequality temporarily. But loopholes emerged, capital fled, and lobbying intensified. Every effort to close the gap faced resistance from those with influence. Even today, reform attempts often stall before they reach implementation. The result? Wealth concentrates, power structures persist, and the system endures. Citizens may protest, vote, and advocate, but the mechanisms are deeply entrenched. Corporations and billionaires operate across borders, avoiding local tax enforcement. Media narratives often frame taxes as burdens on all, hiding who truly benefits. The rules appear fair, but are anything but. Behind the scenes, invisible hands shape the rules. Lobbyists draft legislation. Think tanks craft narratives. Campaign donations flow like unseen rivers. Corporate interests influence policy at every level, and media coverage often reinforces these structures subtly or overtly. Most people never see the full picture. The system operates in shadows. Yet these structures dictate wealth distribution, public spending, and societal priorities. It's not conspiracy. It's the legal and financial reality. And understanding it is the first step toward awareness. Because the invisible system is real and it affects everyone. The unsettling truth? The system works exactly as designed. It protects wealth, shields power, and perpetuates inequality. And it does so invisibly, legally, and consistently. The burden falls on those with the least ability to influence it. The lesson? Awareness is critical. Knowledge is power. And questions about fairness, reform, and responsibility are more urgent than ever. Because taxes are not just numbers. They shape society itself. And the choices we make or don't make determine the future. So ask yourself who really pays and who really wins. Because the answer may be closer and more unsettling than you think.